of all the times that my bike could go bust, rider, it probably picked the worst turn, yaar. I can't say it is a cement mixer. Full tinted windows. So. Finally, thank God. Finally. Hi Varun.
So Jan, heading somewhere?
Yeah, I was supposed to, but my bike broke down. Can you give me a lift?
Lift? How? I know, it's a bobber.
यार already ये bike एक साल late आ चुका है. उसके ऊपर से pillion seat भी नहीं है. What's so special about this bike?
I'll tell you what's special about the Jawa Perak.
This is meant for you, the rider in you that seeks individuality, freedom, and the desire to pursue happiness with no companion required. And after almost a year of waiting for the test bike, we finally got to ride it.
The Jawa Perak is a bobber, which means a single seat and everything that you see behind is either mounted to or part of the swing arm. You know, bobbers started their life off as cruisers with all the non-essentials removed to boost performance. So they spent a lot of their time at the chop shop. Today they have left this eye-catching format with its single seat and minimalist but definitely retro design. I think this matte black paint scheme on the Perak looks absolutely gorgeous, and I really like the way they've integrated the tail lamp with the seat too. But as you move closer, you realize that the paint is off in some places and the quality seems to be lacking some finish too. Don't get me wrong, I really like the way the Jawa Perak looks, but only from a distance.
Time to get over the looks and time to get on. Nope, this is not a new engine. What started as the Mojo's really loved motor made its way to a tuned setup on the Jawa. The Perak takes that flavor one step further because Jawa has overboard it to 334cc. The torque kicks in early, stays strong in the mid-range and fades out as you inch closer to the red line. The engine doesn't feel bogged down, and even when you get on the gas at 80 km per hour, it will pull cleanly till you top it out. What's missing here is the refinement. The vibes are present from the moment you crank it, and they build up as you get heavy on the gas. But they are manageable, and I assure you they won't leave your toes and fingers ringing. All said and done, if Jawa can balance out the vibes, this is the setup I would like to see in their entire range of motorcycles. The moment you sit on this leather saddle, you realize something is amiss. The pegs are slightly rear set and it doesn't feel like home. While almost all motorcycles form a nice connection through the thighs all the way to the knee, this tank narrows down towards the seat and you have nothing to clamp onto. The seat is flat and every time you brake, you will scoot ahead.
Look at the Jawa Perak. It's got a wheelbase which is almost as long as the Avenger. But in spite of that, it handles beautifully. And for me, that is the strongest talking point about the Jawa Perak. It's almost deceiving. But if you want to cut your way through traffic, weave your way from point A to point B, or even stay in those long flowing corners, the Perak stays put and glides through. For a motorcycle that's mostly going to be ridden in the city, the Perak is a very good handling motorcycle. And I'm assuming that a lot of you guys are not going to take it to the mountains. Because if you do, you're going to have to come back and replace those scraped end cans. I would have loved to see a slightly softer setup on the Perak because right now, this is firm. It works nice at lower speeds, but once you start going faster, be very mindful of a bad patch of tarmac. Because once you hit it, your back is going to take the brunt, and that is not a pleasant feeling at all. It's also possible that I'm slightly on the heavier side and the preload is just one step away from being completely raised. But if you weigh as much as the average Indian does, which is anywhere between 65 to 70 kilograms, it should not react the way it does right now.
Just to finish off the good things, I really like the braking bit too. What I'm not a fan of is this instrument cluster. Jawa should have gone back to the drawing board for this one. It's not readable under sunlight, feels very away from the rider, and very simple for what feels like a modern bike otherwise.
This is not a cafe racer, so you aren't racing for Jawa. It's not a full-blown street naked, so you aren't trying to zip through the city traffic really fast. And forget touring, because where in the world will you strap on luggage?
What is the Perak then? It's a little flight of fancy. A second motorcycle for your garage. For short rides, all by yourself. You see, motorcycles as a mode of transportation were never meant to be practical. In the history of motorcycles, however, there have been impractical machines that have been legendary.
But the Perak is sort of stuck in the middle. It's practical because it doesn't weigh as much, doesn't cost a bomb to be a bobber, and I assure you, it will be a good city bike. But you gotta ask yourself this: are you willing to carry that backpack without the support of a rear seat? On an odd day, your colleague wants to be dropped off to a nearby location and you won't be able to help. And when you finally decide to take leave and head out for that 5-day motorcycle trip, who's going to carry your luggage? In these cases, should you get the Perak? Sure, if you already have a more useful way to get around like a car or a second motorcycle. But the real question is, would you get a Perak? Well, we wish you good luck with that, because it took us almost a year to get the test bike. And on that note, thank you so much for watching the review of the Jawa Perak. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, drop a comment as well. I'll really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell if you do not want to miss out on our updates. And I know a lot of you guys have been wanting me to say this, so here it goes. My name is Varun and I will see you later.